Hi y'all, it's time to make our flaxseed and fenugreek hair gel. We're going to need a 1/4 cup, and we are also going to need 1 cup. We're going to need whole flax seeds and whole fenugreek seeds. Make sure you have a spoon nearby, a pot, a strainer, a bowl, and a container or glass jar to pour everything in. My daughter is going to be helping, so let's get started. So the total cups of water that we used was 4. So you're going to need 4 cups of water. Also, since my daughter is helping me, the stove is off while we're pouring all of our ingredients on inside the pot. I'd also like to add that my daughter who's helping me, she is on the spectrum. So this is actually more sensory based for her. She gets to mix, she gets to pour, she even gets to get her little fingers in there. So this is actually an activity, a mommy and me activity um, idea for any other of you moms or aunts or even sisters out there who have siblings or daughters or nieces who are on the spectrum. This is an idea of something that you all can do together as long as the stove is off. Flax seeds also strengthens the hair. It makes it more elastic, which also reduces breakage. Fenugreek is high in iron, protein, B vitamins, and zinc. So as the fenugreek and flax seeds are boiling, you're going to want to continue to stir slowly. As you're stirring slowly, you're going to notice the color of the water that we added is going to be changing colors to like a orangish color. That's mainly the color of the fenugreek that you see here in the spoon. So that lets you know that everything is going well. So there's going to be two things we're going to be looking for when we're making our gel. The first thing is going to be like a gel-like consistency. So the more you stir and stir slowly, you're going to pour out the liquid from the spoon. What you're going to be looking for is a slow drop, kind of like faucet drip, but elongated. So we don't have that. The drops are pretty quick. So we're going to keep on boiling. Okay. Keep on boiling. Keep on stirring. So I mentioned earlier, one of the things we're looking for is a slow, stretchy drop. The second thing we're going to be looking for is this white foam around the pot. That white foam is where our gel is collecting. So if you're starting to see that, then the gel is already forming, especially with those little bitty white bubbles towards the top. And as I stir, look for any sign, like that little circle right there, look for any signs of a clump, I'll say, as you stir. You see like a large clump every time that you stir, that is the gel right there. Okay, that goes right there. Also the long steady drop. Now when it comes to how thick you want your gel to be, if you want a thin gel with a not strong enough, not as strong hold, what you're going to do, you're going to go ahead and turn your pot off like right here. For those of you who like a thin gel, if you like a thicker gel, you're going to want to let it boil a little bit longer. I cannot tell you how much longer. I will just strongly suggest that you keep stirring and checking the consistency by stirring and by looking at the white foam that's forming around the edges of the pot. So the white foam around the edges of the pot, the gel-like consistency, you want a long string that's going to be hanging from the spoon, especially if you want something that's going to be thicker. You want a stronger hold. You want it to be thicker. So I'm stirring around the edges of the pot, and as I stir, the gel that has formed is going in a circle, and there's our little hang there from the spoon. I have to do it a few times, but the gel will start to hang from the spoon right there. Oh, and side note, we started making the gel around 8 at 8:40, and it's 8:54. Just in case anyone's wondering how long this is going to take. Now, what I like to do, you can either add essential oils in the container that you strained your gel into, or you can go ahead and get a glass jar and pour it in, pour the gel inside the glass jar, and then add the essential oils. The order is basically up to you. I just chose to pour mine in the glass jar first and then add my essential oils and the olive oil. You can also add any oil that you have on hand. It doesn't have to be olive oil. Whatever oils that you like and that works for your hair, that's what you can add.